Yeah, baby, we are ready to grip it and rip it. Is that right? Yeah, we did say. All right, we're back. God, getting old, you just have to clear your throat all the time. I've scared this young
I
man enough with
understand.
my horror stories of what it's like to be old and fat here, just laying it down with everybody. But that's exactly what we're doing, is laying it down with Big D. I, of course, am your host, Andrew Big D Morrow, and today I have a young man who recently picked up his first HLTV page. He's gotten into FPL, I think as of this year, yes?
Yes, as of a couple months ago.
Okay. Recently got into FPL. We'll dive into that. And got slapped around by NRG on LAN. We can dive into that as well. No,
Kinda.
it's we're not here to talk shit. Either way, dude, I've got Jacob Burch here, JacobUwU, as you might know him, on the server. How are you doing today, Jacob?
I'm doing awesome, man. How are you?
Living the dream, baby. It's a beautiful day outside. It's finally cooling off. The Arizona summer. It was hot this year. This is my last summer in Arizona. And I'm moving after this, and it was motherfucking hot here. It was the hottest one in 7 years that I've been here. So, yeah, I'm doing
I
great.
understand that.
How are
I
you?
I live in Florida and Texas, so I completely understand the heat. I when I was packing for Knoxville, I didn't have a hoodie, and I saw that it was gonna be like 60 some mornings. I was like, oh,
Oh
that's not
yeah,
good.
dude.
That was
Yeah,
not good.
I saw it was 72 out this morning when I was going to the dog park, and I was like, do I need to put pants and a hoodie on? And I didn't. It was fine,
Cold front
but
coming through.
yeah, dude, you know what it's like when you live in the heat and it starts cooling off. You're like, all right, it's nice, but when's that chill coming for when I need my jacket at like 60 degrees? Well, small talk aside, I do love talking about the weather. My God,
Weather's
what a
nice, man.
dude! What a lovely subject. I'm serious. It was one of those things that as a kid, everybody would mock like, "Oh, how's the weather?" or whatever.
I
But
agree. You know.
it's fantastic small talk. It's something we could. It's one of the few things we can universally agree on these days.
Oh, 100%. I mean, living in a hot state, wintertime's always the best because you get like that perfect amount, you know? Like it's like 60s, 70s outside. You're not freezing to death. It's not really hot outside. You're just having a good time.
Yeah, but the nights. Oh, those cold desert nights. I don't know what it's like in Texas at night in the desert, but or in winter, but in
They
the
can get
desert,
bad.
it's not that like the it's not the conditions like are extreme or anything. It just gets crazy cold at night. Like
Hmm.
I don't know how to describe it to people unless you've been here and like go outside at night.
And then it heats up in the day again,
And
instantly.
yeah, and then it
Hmm.
heats and it still like gets up to like 72, 73 degrees during the day. It's well,
The
all
only
right, dude.
desert, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
no, finish your thought, please.
The only desert I've ever been in was in South Africa, and it was like early mornings were like 30, 40 degrees, and in like 2 hours it was 80 outside. It was crazy. But yeah, continue. Enough
Well,
weather.
never been to South Africa. I'd go though. Well, yeah, all right. Enough about me. What we're here to talk about is you, Jacob. Let's discuss your the Jacob lore here. So the first question I always ask everybody, I really only have three questions. The first one and the last two, and then whatever happens in between. Um, and I guess I didn't tell you this before we started recording, but now people on watching will know the run of show here real fast.
Okay.
You yap away here, okay? When
All
I
right. All
when
right.
these people, they're here to listen to you, okay? So fill the space, explore the studio space, if you will, as Bruce Dickinson once said to Gene, the cowbell player. for those who know. Anyway, moving on. My first question for you, Jacob, is what are your earliest memories of gaming and how did they lead you to Counter-Strike?
So I have a weird family. Um, so my dad was in the Navy for 20 years, and so my oldest brother is 14 years older than me, and my second oldest brother is 12 years older than me. My sister's 8 years older than me. So by the
You're
time
the
I was like,
baby.
I'm the baby. So
Yeah.
whenever I was like really, really young, they were playing video games. Like my brothers were teenagers, right? So one of my earliest memories of gaming was on the GameCube playing like Smash Brothers, like stuff like that. And my brothers were super competitive, so was my sister. And as the baby of the family, I just kind of got beat up in every game we played. So we played Smash, and then my brother, whenever he was around 18 or 19, started playing StarCraft. So I touched up on StarCraft a little bit, and I kind of got like this really, really competitive nature just from my brother's name is Jordan. He's the one that's 12 years older than me. He is super competitive, and even whenever I was really young, he would just compete with me, and I mean, I would lose every time. Um, but no matter what game we played, like I started playing Guild Wars whenever I was like 6, the original Guild Wars, not Guild Wars 2.
Dude, me
Um,
too. Not when I was
and
6. I was like,
I played Minecraft whenever I was like 10 until I was 15-ish. And then I started playing CS for the first time. And I kind of just fell in love with the game and my competitive nature. I just kept playing it constantly. Um, I don't know. It's been a long time. Been playing CS since 2015-ish, somewhere in there.
okay,
But yeah,
so another Minecraft to Counter-Strike pipeline. That seems to be. But you actually, weirdly enough, you have the combined. Now your older brother wasn't playing Counter Strike, right?
no, my older brothers have never played Counter-Strike.
Why?
Um, well, in 2013 they would have been 24 and 26. So, I mean, they were just already off doing stuff. They were already kind of done with gaming at that point in their lives. They were both, I don't know,
That's
working
so
full
weird to me
time.
because I was the same age. I was 23 at the time, and I was just starting on Counter Strike, and I was like, oh boy, this is it. It's taken a while to do anything with it, but you know,
Uh,
better late than never. Well, that's
I don't
fair
know.
though.
My oldest brother never really competed. Like, he didn't like playing FPS games. He didn't really enjoy StarCraft. He kind of just like played World of Warcraft and like Minecraft and stuff like that for majority of it. He got me into World of Warcraft whenever I was 7, and I've unfortunately been trapped in that game ever since. But
Mm, mm.
mm-mm, I know it's tragic. But
You hate
I
to
don't
see
know.
it.
They've never really been much of FPS gamers. Like my sister and my other brother play Overwatch a little bit, but
That
they've
doesn't
never
count.
really they don't
Uh,
play Valorant or CS or anything like that.
I'm just kidding. Overwatch does count as an FPS game, but I'm bad at it, so
Kinda.
I don't. There's just so many abilities and shit going on in that game that I'm like people say that about Valorant, but I'm like, yeah, but you can still like rely on your solid aim to win out most of what's happening there,
Hmm.
like you can, and like everything that's happening in Valorant feels very similar to like when utility is happening in Counter Strike, right?
Hmm.
But playing Overwatch, it's too much. Maybe it's all the verticality of like I don't know. I don't
Overwatch
know.
is interesting.
I,
I
I,
think one of the biggest problems with Overwatch is the balancing of all the characters.
they haven't figured that out in 10 years.
No, I think it's the worst it's ever been.
Oh,
It gets
that's
worse and worse somehow.
see that. Yeah, that's is that why is Blizzard just bad at balancing? Like,
Yes,
is that why Heroes of the Storm failed?
yes,
Huh.
probably. That and they don't spend a lot of money on their esports scene in most of their games.
No, but they want others to spend a lot of money on their
Well, yeah,
esports scene.
combined to the
Yeah,
Overwatch League, it'll last and be profitable.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting how Riot does it. Like, honestly, Riot probably does it objectively the best, where like fans are engaged with it
Hmm.
and it makes money, right? Like, fans are engaged with Counter Strike probably more than any other esport. I feel like I've not gotten to go to other esports events, but like when I've been to tier one Counter Strike or like to these Counter Strike events, I just feel like people connect more with Counter Strike that go to that like spectate Counter Strike, but it just
Yeah.
it doesn't make the money that it could.
Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, I I played collegiate Valorant for a bit last year,
Okay.
but the the events and everything like that are not as popular. They're not as loud. Um, I mean, they get decent viewership, but like Counter-Strike gets more viewership on like group stage events whenever Valorant's running at the same time. Like for their big like major events. I just I don't think of I think Valorant is a casual game with a competitive game mode, and Counter Strike is a competitive game with a casual game mode. Does that make sense? Like, I think
Yeah,
Counter Strike is just more competitive and not meant for casuals.
I agree now. I think that Counter Strike started out more as a casual game than a competitive game, and it's grown to be more of a competitive game than a casual game. But I think that, but and like that competition is naturally like developed over the years, whereas like Valorant still has felt like part of the reason I don't watch Valorant is I'm like, how do you tell me these are the best players in the world when like you had a batch of professional players ready to go when the game came out? Like, that's the kind of thing that makes me go, no, you just picked really good gamers and decided they were your professional gamers. And I don't think that that's a good way to develop a competitive scene, right? Like, it feels very artificial. And like, I think the only people that buy into watching Valorant are honestly like teenagers or people that don't know the difference. And also,
Hmm.
Valorant's hard to watch if you don't know, if you don't play the game. Like, Counter Strike is always going to be the esport that if there are non esports players that will become spectators of esports, it will be of Counter Strike or Rocket League. And I've
Hmm.
said this before, maybe fighting games, but again, fighting game community is they are too much of a niche thing with people that don't really want to take it to the professional level.
Hmm.
Like
100%.
I, I I just think that Counter Strike is so easy and intuitive to watch that that's why people always flock to it. I don't know.
I
I
think
do I do
Valorant.
agree with what you're saying that yeah, I think that Valorant is a lot more casual than people realize.
Hmm. Man, I've known countless people that sit there and I mean I don't know if you've ever really played Valorant, but they will.
I was Diamond 2, baby.
Okay, okay. So I don't
That
know.
was 5 years ago, but I was.
I had friends that dated people who also played Valorant, and it was like we would get out of practice and instantly their girlfriends would want to play like Spike Rush or Quick Play. It's like, why? Why can't we just play competitive or something? Like, I don't know.
The community
It,
definite.
it's more
Go
casual
on.
for sure. Just in general. Just I cannot imagine that there is a large player base of people in CS who actively play the game that would sit there and actually play casual for 5 hours a day. Does that make sense? Like,
Yes and no. I think there's a way larger community of players that play like the people that play seriously competitive Counter-Strike is much smaller than I think the people that play competitive Counter-Strike realize. Like how often do you run into the same people all the
yeah,
time
all the time.
in Face It or even in your 25K plus Premier games, right? Like I run into the same people in the 22, 23 range, right? So like the cat's got to be involved here. Uh,
Of course.
so the comp- and like, but you hear about the numbers of people that play Counter Strike growing more and more and whatnot, or like staying stable. Those people all play the casual game modes, like, or they play on a community server
Hmm.
specifically. So I think there is a bigger casual player base than we realized. However, it is much bigger by comparison. Like it might be the same percentage wise in Valorant, I'm not sure, but it seems like a bigger amount of people are casual in Valorant because of the fact that I do think Valorant overall, because it is a more inclusive title that
Hmm.
women and marginalized people feel much safer in.
Hmm.
I think that you are more likely to meet casual players because there's so many of them, right? Like it's
That's
got a
fair.
larger player pool for sure than Counter Strike, but
I can agree with that.
yeah. Anyway, dude, I'm not here to freaking educate you, and I've been getting to do a lot of yapping on these episodes of Laying It Down recently. So, let's get back to Jacob here. So you
Okay, okay.
started so you started playing Counter-Strike, right?
Hmm.
And what I was saying before we went on that long tangent, um you have the combination of Minecraft, like there's three things that are the pipeline since I've been doing these episodes that I've learned about where players start playing Counter-Strike. And it's either Gary's mod, Minecraft, or my older brother played it and I needed to be better than them. That's all those it's those three categories. But you've got kind of two out of those three was what I was getting at, but then your older brother's never played Counter-Strike. Anyway, you started playing Counter-Strike after Minecraft. What was the
Hmm.
journey like to up to now? Where how long did it take you to get to your first LAN, get your HLTV page? When did you start playing competitive?
I think I joined Face It and ESCA in roughly 2019. Um, maybe like late 2018. But I played matchmaking. Just I don't know, I just played it with friends. I was like Gold Nova or something, like I sucked. And I just queued with like a 5 stack of people I played Minecraft with. And eventually one day I like solo queued a game and a guy talked to me about playing a CEVO tournament.
Shout out
That's an
Sivo.
older name.
Yeah, we know
Um,
about Sivo.
back in my day. Um,
That's right.
but I played like the CEVO tournament for like a week, and it was the exact same week that the Boston Major was happening. And I remember the like one of the last matches I played in the SIVO tournament was like the finals of the Boston Major were going on, and we actually just like called tech pauses so we could watch the end of Inferno. Like both teams called techs. Like we were just sitting there for like 20 minutes watching Inferno, and immediately after that, I made an ESEA and I placed D minus, like
Nice.
like a legend.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad, bad.
I've been D minus
And
before. They used
oh,
to call me Big D minus.
yeah, it took me forever. I was playing on like 100 FPS and like a 60 hertz monitor. Like it was bad. And I got to A minus. I upgraded my PC. Didn't upgrade the monitor. Got to A minus on a 60 hertz monitor. And started playing Face It whenever ESEA died in what, like 2022 or something. ESEA fell apart. Maybe
Merged.
2021.
Merged.
I Yeah, sure. Merged. We'll say that.
I say fucking cat, dude.
Getting tail whipped over there, brother.
Yeah, dude. He is insistent right now. Um the I mean, you still got Oso Dank and Bowman and all those guys over at Face It running the ESEA league
hmm
and Illuminati. Those are the people I need to get, dude. We need to get those guys on laying it down. But
Get him, bro.
I got Oso Dank. There's an episode with Oso Dank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to get my boy Bowman out here though. Um,
Fun fact. Osadank played on the exact same Minecraft server I did.
did he really?
He did.
So you know him
Um,
personally
I don't know him personally, but I knew
in
people who knew
Minecraft?
him. Yeah, I knew him well, I knew of him in Minecraft.
Was he a legend on the server like he's a legend in North American Counter-Strike?
I don't. He was more well known in the Minecraft server. It was called MCPvP, bro. Back in my day. It was
MCPVP?
yeah. It
Uh,
it was a bigger server there for a while. It wasn't anything like it wasn't the biggest server ever, but it was decently sized. But yeah, I actually went up
well,
to Osadank at one of the like ESEA booths that they had at one of the events, and I talked to him because I had a friend who did YouTube on the Minecraft server that knew Osadank personally. And I was like, "Hey, he says hi." He was like, "No way, man." But yeah,
dude,
Osadank's an
that's
interesting
sick.
story.
Shout out Oso Dank. What were we
hmm
talking about before that? We were on your journey through competitive Counter Strike.
Well, yeah, we're talking about ESEA. I say ESEA died because the pugging system fell,
Oh
like
yeah,
it was just gone.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. And god damn it, do we all want it back? Holy
oh yeah,
shit!
100%.
Face It is ass.
hmm Well, I mean, Face It has a lot of issues. I think that ESEA did some things better. Like I loved being able to like dot admin.
Yeah, I just think that like the merger is the worst way they could have done it. Like they had the right idea of like, okay, well let's keep pugs for Face It and ESEA League the way they everybody knows it, but like they put it on the shitty website and the shitty pug engine, and it's like I don't know. I miss being able to like I miss being able to like queue for a set of maps or like queue for a certain amount of ping. Like
hmm
three fucking server locations, five now, uh, uh, across this giant country or continent even is
hmm
absurd. Like
It's bad.
that's not competitive. It's fucking stupid. Like it's finally getting better now that Counter Strike 2 isn't as dog shit on high ping, but like
It's still bad.
it's still bad. Like it's just yeah, the two merging was definitely the I feel like they picked up the worst of each other than the people that went from ESEA to Face It. I love all the ESEA admins.
I think that ESCA had a lot of things that it did really, really well that Face It doesn't. I mean, ESCA wasn't like perfect though. Like, you lost a lot of frames from the ESCA anti-cheat. Um,
Yes,
and then I
because it
mean,
was probably mining Bitcoin in the background.
yeah, which they weren't supposed to do. Weren't they like on a watch list for that? Yeah.
They got
Um,
caught doing it.
and they got like,
It was a long time ago, but like they
yeah.
still got caught doing it.
I mean, I don't know. ESCA anti-cheat and like, I will say that ESCA, I feel like the admins had more like, I don't know, they had more freedom to like actually be admins. Does that make sense? Like, they could go into servers and be like, is this guy actually throwing? All right, he's banned. You know, like, is this guy cheating? Yeah, he's cheating. He's banned. Match is canceled. That doesn't happen on Faceit. Like, I've played against blatant cheaters on Faceit, and I just I call an admin, and they will say, "Yeah, sorry, you just have to report it to our anti-cheat team. We can't join the server." What are you here for?
Yeah,
Just join the server. He's aimbotting. But yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
No, I agree. I feel like the ESEA admins had, well, and we could be just looking at things through rose tinted glasses, but or lenses, whatever the phrase is, but it's it just felt like that when things were on ESEA, there was a lot more care and I don't know understanding of uh, how competitive these pugs were. Whereas Face, it's just kind of like, you guys are gonna play either way. Fuck you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what vaguely what I remember. My animals are having a standoff over here. Garcon, you're fine, buddy. Hang on now. You're okay. That's the Momo. Yeah, he wants to cuddle with you, Garcon. He loves you. The cat's trying to cuddle with the dog, and the dog is like, he could attack at any moment. So I'm
Cats
not a
are
big
sketchy,
fan of
dude.
this.
I don't blame him.
The cats are sketchy, and I've got a nervous dog, so I don't blame him entirely, but they're good boys. Well, um,
I don't know what Faceit can do about it though. Like the pug quality's terrible.
it's
Um,
it. I'll tell you what they can do about it. Competitors need to start popping up. Like they can stop being a monopoly. That would be the best thing, first and foremost. That was the most awful part of ESEA and Face It merging is when the two
they're gonna
were
have to try to
separate
be better.
entities. Yeah, they had to compete to make a better platform so that people, because not everybody was going to buy both, right? Like some people are going to buy ESEA, some people are going to buy Face It. Now they don't care. That's day one. You're going to go play Premiere and complain about cheaters, or you're going to come to Face It and pay up and play your premium matches, right?
Yeah,
So it's just it's an example of why monopolies are bad. But
100%.
we live in a we live in a wild time.
I also don't know. I think the elo system is fine, but it makes it hard to find balanced matches. Does that make sense? Like, to a certain extent, like, for example, A minus to A plus would get Q together. Sometimes you get like a B plus in there, right? And so
Right.
like you got a couple different like ranks in there, but like I can only queue against level 10s, and I don't know. I'm I'm down elo. I'm like 3350 now. But my queues still take like, I don't know, 10 minutes. And I have to, like, whenever I join a game, it's like I'm playing with a bunch of 2000 elo players that are like barely level 10. Like, we can at least maybe squish the elo a little bit, make it to where it's not as big of a gap, maybe. I don't know.
We talked a little bit about this before we started recording, but that was my main issue with once I hit level 10. I hit level 10 playing pretty much solo queue premium super matches from like level 8 straight up to 10 when I finally was like, okay, let me lock in, play some serious Counter-Strike. I'm going to do this. And my premium super matches were premium super matches. Even playing field, everybody's playing on a premium account, so there's no like sketchy smurfs running around or anything, right? You're winning 30 elo per match, and the matches are good. The people queuing, like 1 out of 10 super premium matches, you have a troll or griefer or things fall apart with your team and somebody's weak mentally, right? Versus the normal like half your games when you queue
Hmm.
free face it, right? So like did that as soon as I hit 2K elo, that 400 elo range of what a premium super match was supposed to be disappears because whatever face its matchmaking algorithm is looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're level 10. You can go with any level 10 now."
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm playing premium super matches where I'm 2100 elo and the average in the lobby is like 3200 or like 2800 or whatever. Maybe not 3200. I'd be dragging it way further down, but it's like
Yeah.
2800 because like I said, I've got like Fruit Cup on my team and I'm playing against Junior and Carson and I'm like, I don't belong here. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck am I doing in here? And I'm being at that level and understanding the game, at least like playing it as long as I have, I can recognize how frustrating it is for those like players that have me in their lobby. And I'm like, well, this kind of sucks because I'm every time I queue for a game, there's a high chance I'm griefing somebody's fucking game. Like, and that doesn't feel good, right? Because I know what it's like to play with people who don't know as much as I do. And I'm like, I don't hate you or anything. Like, this is just a video game, but holy shit, this is a frustrating 40 minutes because you just have no fucking clue what you're doing right now, right? Like, I understand what that's like. So, it
Hmm.
is a broken system up there, and they definitely need to. And like that, what are your suggestions? I have some thoughts, but what are your suggestions?
Ah, I don't know what they can do. That's the problem. I don't know what they can do. If they try to, there's like a lot of band-aid fixes, but it creates a lot of other problems. You know, like if they make it to where you can only get queued with people within 500 elo of you, realistically, because like level 10 is like you can get queued with no cries and slump that are like 4300 and you're like 2100 or so. It's like that's not fun for either party, you know?
No,
So if they make it to where it's within 500 elo, slump and no cries like aren't getting games, or it's gonna be like everyone in FPL has to queue for them to get elo and play pugs, which isn't a good solution either. So I don't really know what they can do because I think the elo system can get so inflated so quickly that it is practically impossible to make it balanced. Like if they did an elo squish down to like put everyone back down to 2000 elo, people would be 3500 in a week. Like it just wouldn't fix anything. So I don't know. I mean, Donk
maybe.
asks for resets on Face It like what every couple months because he just is waiting 30 minutes in queue.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's where I feel like once you, I don't know. I think they need to bring back FPLC. Like that's one thing they need to bring back and like make that a separate queue that's like wider range for people to use, if that makes like that you're only allowed to be in FPL if you're invited, right? FPLC as well. And like it's still like the pipeline it can be a pipeline to FPL, but like FPLC can be for like those 25 to 3500 elo players that are on that cusp of trying to like be that consistent really good player, but like the FPL players don't necessarily like but then they're not getting caught up with the like players who just broke through level 10 and are like really just a level 9 with inflated elo and
Hmm.
are don't know anything or whatever, right? Like I don't know what the answer is, Jacob. It's all fucked, isn't it?
It's all fucked. I I don't know, man. There is a huge problem. Like, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, like, I think that FPL shouldn't be elo based, and I'm saying that as someone who got in based on elo. Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
not.
think they should invite content creators back too.
Yeah, true.
Put some fucking eyeballs on FPL that aren't just.
It's. I don't think that I was or am ready for FPL. The skill gap between getting the invitation from being top 50 and like on the ranked ladder is completely different from what you face in FPL. Like there is a huge skill gap there. And whenever we are talking about the ranked ladder being terrible and the fact that like whenever I'm queuing to get to FPL and I'm like 3400 elo or whatever and I'm playing against 2200 elo players, do I really deserve FPL if I'm just bullying like open and IM players all day? No, not really. Like you don't have to actually face much competition to get to the top of NA right now. And I think that creates a fundamentally weaker scene.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think that that's just it comes down to the reliance on just using like pugs as like our stat line for like knowing how good each other are. Like advanced players and ECL players and main players, yeah, they all use league stats as well, right? Sure, they intertwine those and talk about those, but for the most part, everybody's worried about what their elo is, where they're on the leaderboard, and
Hmm.
that kind of thing. And just like that worked for a game like Quake Arena, where you're a solo player running around in an arena deathmatch setting or doing whatever the fuck you do in Quake, right? Like that's a single player multiplayer game, like or like you do a lot more 1v1s in that, right? This is a competitive team-based game that without like good teamwork, you can't fucking win it by yourself. Like we are seeing that over and over from top to bottom, and especially at the highest levels. Teams can't just win games with one person, right? Like it is a team effort, and we just have a region that's so focused on their solo individual performance instead of who do I play the best with?
Hmm.
What kind of role do I play the best on the server that I can fit mesh with these types of people? You know, it's all how hard do we frag? So yeah, dude, it's a challenge. Well, and all right, I got a couple more questions here for you. I've got another one of these lined up here in the
In
next 20
25.
in 25. So we'll get ready to wrap it up here.
Hmm.
Um, but I was gonna ask you what has it been like getting to play in FPL? Do you feel like it's an exciting opportunity to grow more as a player?
I think that FPL is a very, very good tool for players like me who, I mean, I haven't really played much team play or anything like that since I came back from Valorant from last year. Whenever I came back to CS, my whole goal was I wanted to play pugs and stuff and not really hard commit to a team until I could get to FPL to kind of prove it to myself that I was individually good enough. Um, so getting to FPL was awesome, and you can use FPL as a tool to like watch your demos back and actually see like what are you doing that the better players just understand and they are just going to bully you for. What actual like micro mistakes are you making that you didn't realize you were making? Um, you can also watch, I mean, you can watch your demo and then you can go watch the person who's playing the same spot as you on the other team and be like, oh, this guy's way better than I am at this. Um, do not expect help from anyone at FPL if you make it. That is something I learned. The environment is not healthy.
It's
Um,
cutthroat.
it is very cutthroat, and people are more likely to shit talk you. And I mean, whether it's to your face or behind your back, they will shit talk you. Um, people don't take it seriously. I have played so many FPL games, and I will not name names, but if you watched like one or two streams, you would find it. But people are not acting professionally at all. They will force buy every single round and just say GG if one round is lost that they don't think should be lost. People will say slurs. People will just, I don't know, they'll shit talk like people on their team for anything. Um, it's just a weird environment, to be honest. But I mean, the players are good at the game, so they're going to be an FPL no matter what, no matter how controversial of a person they are. Um, so honestly, my advice, if anyone new makes FPL, is just play it and watch your own demos. You can ask for help from certain people, and they will actually give you good criticism. But most of the time, what's gonna come towards you is just negative, kind of hateful, just random shittiness. So,
It's almost like the exact same as what everybody experiences in their pugs from top to bottom. Like
mhm.
it's a
It's worse
culture.
than that, in my
And
opinion.
yeah, I bet it gets even worse the higher you go because those people have such a giant ego that,
Hmm.
like you said, that is, dude. I just remember when I got to A minus in ESEA, I started playing with like some A pluses and rank G players in my games, and like their fucking attitude was so dog shit. Like exactly what you said. Oh, we lost pistol round. GG. I'm force buying it. Like it has become meta at high ranks of Counter Strike and Pugs to literally force buy every round because that's just what people do with that. Like, oh, we lost. Fuck it. I'm force buying. Saving. I'm not saving. We can win every single round. It's like,
Hmm.
ah, dude. It's I fucking hate it. It's so stupid.
It's really bad.
It, Anyway, we don't mean to paint a picture of doom and gloom, though. Like, I know we're being real about everything, but like, I also do want to make a highlight to end this episode on with before we ask the last couple of questions. I do want to highlight how much different it is when you go to LAN. Like,
Oh yeah.
when you go to LAN and you interact with even some of these people who are shitheads online, you realize how much different it is when you're in person. Was Knoxville your first Counter Strike LAN?
I went to one land back in 2022 or 2023. I went to Frag Denver.
Oh,
That was my first ever land, and I went with like a random pug team of like main players, and I think we had like one guy who was in advanced. So this land was much, much, much better than the Frag Denver land, in my opinion. The overall environment of the Frag event is awesome. to be in. Um, the I don't know. I feel like you talk to people and you play against people that you know. Like you have played pugs with them countless times. You may have them added from like a pug in the past, and you may message them every once in a while. They may like be an actual friend of yours that you've known for a long time. It's it's super nice to actually get to see everyone in person and interact with them that way. Um, Counter-Strike also just feels a billion times better on LAN than
Woof,
online. Holy
woof,
shit, does Counter-Strike 2 suck online? Um,
woof.
I
Preach.
can't get used to it after I got back, honestly. It's completely different. I don't know, it's just awesome. Like the level of competition and everything is also just so much different. Like you're just filled with so much more energy at a LAN. It's generally really, really nice. And I'm really glad Frag actually has the capability of doing what they do. So,
Me too. Yeah, I mean, not everything's perfect, and we even talked a little bit about that, but before we recorded and shared some thoughts, and yeah, but at the end of the day, they're doing everything that they can, and yeah, God bless them, and I love getting to be a part of it. It's been such a magical journey this last year getting to do these events, and I'm blessed and honored I get to meet all of you guys and have these interactions. So, yeah, as much as Counter Strike sucks online and the online culture is really hard to get through. I mean, that's just kind of a microcosm for what's happening in the rest of the world right now, right? Like it just feels like you
yeah.
go on social media and it's the world is doom and gloom and everything is dark and awful. But you go outside and there's so many places that humans have also never had it better before ever in time. Not to
Yeah.
say things aren't objectively dark right now, but I'm just saying online versus real life is very very different. So, yeah, go out there and go to a LAN, folks. You're going to feel good about Counter-Strike. All right, dude. I got my last couple of questions for you. This has been a baller episode. I've loved
Okay.
getting to chat it up with you here. My first question, last question is, where does your in-game name JacobUwU come from?
So, I I first name is Jacob,
Yep. Okay.
and
Glad we explained that part.
yeah, just wanted to clear that up. So, I used to go by Raven, and I realized that there were just way too many Ravens. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go by my first name. I was like, I gotta add something stupid at the end. And my teammate at the time that I was playing open with had dash uwu at the end. I'm like, that looks so dumb, I love it. And I just took it. So Jacob dash uwu. And I don't know, it's stuck. And I don't think I can ever get away from it now, so.
I like it. All right. Well, here's the last question I got for you.
Okay.
If you could talk to a younger version of yourself and give them some advice, what would it be? It could be Counter Strike or esports or life related, anything you want.
Um, I think I would probably tell myself to focus a lot more on myself and not so much the negativity that others provide. Um, because it can be really demotivating if you think about like the negative things that people are saying or doing or whatever. This also applies to like the FPL situation. It's not all bad, right? You are still getting to play with the best players in North America for the most part. Not all of them cue it, but you can still get better at the game if you focus on you. You don't have to actually participate in what's happening. Um, so I think that's what I would tell myself is just make sure you focus on making yourself better and don't care about what everyone else is doing. But yeah,
I love it. That's beautiful. All right, well said. Yeah, focus on yourself, stay in your lane, and just grind your game. Do what you can to change yourself and see what ripple effects occur. Excuse me. Finishing with clearing my throat as well, apparently. All right, dude. Well, it has been a pleasure. It has been an honor. And just like Hot Ones at the end there, this camera, this camera, this camera, if you want to let the people know what you got going on, what's next for you, where they can find you, any shout outs or plugs, this is your time.
Um, well, shout out to my older brother for getting me, or for beating me up in competitive games whenever I was young, so I was ready for FPL. Um, I am going to be going to the BYOC event in Atlanta for it's the or the SL qualifier, right?
EPL.
EPL, okay. So I'm going to
Pro
that.
League.
Shout out to Fruit Cup, the goat. That's
Why
it.
why why shout out to Gavin? What did he
I've
do?
I've I played on I've played on a team with Gavin. I played with him for 2 seasons roughly, and I don't know. He was like one of the first people I met on ESEA whenever I was bad. So
I mean, if he's watching this, I'm not talking shit, Gavin. You know I love you. I'm just wondering why he gets a random shout out.
Gavin is one of the people that whenever I am struggling in CS, I go to because I don't know. I feel like he kind of had a similar path to what I do. Like he kind of made FPL and then he got onto teams, and it was not the normal path I feel like people take. I feel like most people in the past, at least that made FPL, made ECL first, and then they made FPL, and that was their qualification in, instead of being like a good individual player and then making FPL. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
he is the goat, dude. We love Gavin.
I
There's an
love Gavin a
episode
lot.
there's an episode of laying it down with Big D with Gavin. So, all right, folks. Well, thank you very much, Jacob, for coming and hanging out and doing this episode, and thank you all at home for watching. That's gonna be it, brother.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Of course. All right, and that is.